The year is 2025. Tensions between India and Pakistan are at their peak. At midnight on April 7, 2025, Operation Sindoor was launched as a befitting reply to Pahalgam attack in Kashmir last month. As India focuses its military strength towards the west, China remains vigilant in the east. China and Pakistan are bound by a shared rivalry with India. They see India's growing power as a threat to their interests. China, an all-weather ally of Pakistan, may see the India-Pakistan war as an opportunity. For China, this could be a chance to secure its position in the Himalayas. The flames of war now risk spreading. China might see this as the perfect time to step into Arunachal Pradesh. Let's understand why China might attack Arunachal Pradesh again after 1962. Arunachal Pradesh is an important buffer state for India, protecting the Brahmaputra river valley. For China, Arunachal is South Tibet, which it claims based on historical and cultural ties. This dispute is decades old, linked to the annexation of Tibet in 1950 and the unresolved McMahon Line. This disagreement has led to several standoffs and border skirmishes. The strategic importance of Arunachal is immense. Control over this region gives China a vantage point to monitor water resources and India's military activities. Losing Arunachal would be a significant strategic and symbolic loss for India. So, where does Arunachal stand in this confrontation? And which places could be China's targets? If Pakistani forces engage the Indian army in the west, and if China sees this as an opportunity, it will launch a swift and multidimensional attack in Arunachal Pradesh. The potential points of attack will be strategic mountain passes and disputed areas. 1. Tawang sector, religious, political, and strategic significance. 2. Walong sector, site of the 1962 war. 3. Mechuka and Tuting sector, close to Tibet. 4. Upper Subansiri and Anjor sector, less fortified areas. China's strategy may include multi-dimensional attacks, cyber and psychological warfare, heavy artillery and drone support. But India has enhanced its military infrastructure in this region. There is a strong presence of the Indian Army with fortified posts, integrated surveillance, and recently developed infrastructure. India has operationalized advanced landing grounds, ALG, in Mechuka, Walong, and Pasighat, enabling rapid deployment of troops and supplies. The Indian Air Force supports this region through forward air bases in Tezpur and Chabua. The Sela Tunnel and new strategic highways have improved military mobility. With an estimated 50,000 to 60,000 troops in the region, India is fully prepared to defend Arunachal Pradesh from any external threat. In Arunachal, the battle is against both the enemy and nature. High mountains, narrow paths, and fast rivers are major challenges. Troop movement is limited, making ambushes easier. Landslides and floods are common during the monsoon. Low visibility complicates both air and ground operations. Supplying logistics is difficult. Every bullet and ration has to be transported under enemy fire. These conditions test human endurance. Altitude sickness, hypothermia, and enemy threats are constant. Evacuating the injured is difficult and time-consuming. The impact of war is not limited to the battlefield. People living on the border always live under the shadow of war. It has a profound mental impact. Aid also arrives late. The impact of a war in Arunachal will not be limited to that region. Rising tensions between India and Pakistan could lead to a larger conflict. Even a small mistake could lead to big trouble. The US and Russia might also get involved in this conflict. It will impact the global economy. This conflict will affect the entire world. Arunachal Pradesh is not just a disputed place. It is filled with culture and natural beauty. This conflict also threatens their cultural heritage. Maintaining peace in Arunachal is more important than drawing borders. How can Arunachal Pradesh prepare itself for war? Let's find out. First, Infrastructure development is not just about growth, it's about defense. Arunachal needs to quickly build all-weather roads, tunnels like the Sela Tunnel, and border village clusters under the Vibrant Villages program. Second, China claims land by calling it uninhabited. The best defense for Arunachal is to keep the border areas inhabited with ensuring economic opportunities and self-sustainable initiatives to minimize migration from these border villages. The Arunachal Scouts, made up of local youth, are trained for the mountains, cold and warfare, because the locals know the terrains, mountains, valleys better than the satellites. Third, defense starts with the mind. Schools in border areas should teach about the 1962 war, India's brave martyrs, and Arunachal's rightful place in India. Fourth, in modern warfare, seeing is winning. The state should support drone surveillance, sensor towers, and secure internet in border zones. Fifth, China wants to erase Arunachal's identity, but the people here, Nishi, Monpas, Apatanis, Mishmis, Adis and others, preserve indigenous cultures and tribal heritage. Lastly, water strategy. China controls the upper Brahmaputra and has initiated a massive hydropower development projects in Tibet bordering Arunachal. For example, Dagu hydropower station in mid-Yarlung Tsangpo in Shannon Prefecture of Tibet operational since 2023. It has capacity of 660 megawatt. Similarly, Kamtok Dam in Upper Yangtze River location in Sichuan province of Tibet with capacity of 2,240 megawatt, with an annual generation of 10.2 billion kilowatt-hour. It is under construction as part of China's 13th five-year plan. And more importantly, Medog hydropower station in Yarlung Tsangpo River in Nyingchi Prefecture of Tibet, near the Indian border with Arunachal Pradesh. Its construction was approved in December 2024, and operations is expected by 2033. With capacity of 60 gigawatt, aiming to generate 300 billion kilowatt-hour annually, which is triple, the output of the Three Gorges Dam is set to become the world's largest hydropower facility. This project has raised concerns over potential impacts on water flow into India and Bangladesh as the Yarlung Tsangpo becomes the Brahmaputra downstream. Since we have seen the cancellation of Indus Water Treaty by India against Pakistan recently, Medog Dam could be used by China as a water weapon against India with devastating effects on Arunachal and other neighboring states. To counter China in water war, Arunachal should act swiftly to install real-time river monitoring, create early flood warning systems, and expedite hydropower projects to assert downstream rights. Also, the state government should reduce red tape and corruption for strategic projects like the Frontier Highway, border rail, and satellite posts. Arunachal Pradesh is not just the northeastern tip of India, it is a vibrant defense line, held together by its people, culture, terrain, and spirit. For more insights into India's geopolitics, subscribe, comment below. What else should Arunachal do to defend itself?